complex than just a simple, let's say, EDM breakdown. And make the whole hours, I think I spent, yeah, I don't know, like, let's say 2 weeks on that track. Every day, like working on it, and especially that breakdown with the vocals and everything. It took a long time to work on that. Even like the small details, you hear like the automation in the vocals and all the glitches in there. Yeah, it's all handmade, so yeah, it took a lot of time.
Okay.
Cool, some more questions? Someone here up front? Yeah.
Hey, I really like your track Blackout, especially the leads, the drop. So can you show maybe how you did it?
Yeah, of course. I can't even remember which synth I used for the drop. I'm pretty sure it was the Nexus preset. Blackout. No, I don't have Blackout here, I guess. Let's see. No, I don't have it here. I think it's the way it's played, like it was just the whole, I'm pretty sure it was a Nexus preset, but I can't even remember which one it was. It's been like a year and a half ago.
It's too long.
It's too long, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm 100, it was only the same as Spaceman. The drop was 3 layers, 4 layers with the FX, the main synth and the sub one.
I really like this style of EDM. And, do you think nowadays it can catch this style?
I think you should never produce music because you think it's gonna be popular, or...
I really like it, not about popular. And if it can catch, it's a plus for me.
Exactly, but always produce the music from the heart, because in the end you have to touch other people in their heart. And if you make something that's not coming... If you don't believe in yourself, how are you gonna sell your product to somebody else that has to believe in you? So I'm really glad you like that sound, so go for it, make that sound, and just find the right label that exactly releases that sound. But always do whatever you feel like. Like, I get it that some fans are like, maybe confused, like, yo, Hardwell, what the fuck was Creatures of the Night, man? We wanna have the festival EDM stuff. Where's that ADE you played at Ultra? But still, if I'm in the studio and I'm working on, let's say, EDM track day in, day out, I really do like Creatures of the Night. Like, otherwise I would never release it. I love the vocal, I like to do something more poppy. You don't have to be a fan of necessarily like how people call it future bass or whatever. I just like the way how the track sounded, and if I like the track, I think I can sell it, because still when I play it in my sets, it works. Like, I'm glad that my fans are open-minded enough to actually appreciate that I'm doing different stuff as well, and I will keep making those EDM tracks, like the festival stuff. That's what I love to do the most. But if I do that every single day, I think even when I do a hardstyle track, or like a track like Creatures of the Night, something I truly believe in, it's not about like how popular it is or that I really want to make a radio hit. No, I think it's good to show your diversity sometimes. And I think the Hardwell and Friends EP were like a perfect example of that.
Thank you.
Can you throw it there? Can you stand up, please? Yes. Nice one.
Hi. I would like to ask you for your mind process where when you are creating several songs at the same time. If you're working with several songs at the same time, what would you think it would be the best way for not getting stuck while working? Do you work with one and finish it? Do you prefer to change the project and let the mind breathe? What would you think it would be the best way?
No, I'm always working on like, let's say this, I have a lot of different projects laying around. I think this goes for every producer. Someday you make a melody, whatever, next day you make a new one. When you feel something, I wake up and then there's a certain feeling like, oh, I can finish this track today, or I can work on this track today. But then I'm in the studio, I'm working on that track, like the whole day. So when I'm in the studio, I only work on one project, but that doesn't mean I have different projects laying around. It's just the moment I wake up, like I have a certain feeling or a certain inspiration to actually finish that track. Because there are like a lot of tracks laying around that I'm still stuck in, like I have no clue which direction I want to go. So I just leave it there, and the moment, like the day I wake up, or like I have the inspiration to finish that track, I'm gonna work on that track. But I never work on different tracks in one day. I always try to finish as soon as I can a track.
Cool. So I think we have time for 1 or 2 more questions, so let's throw it there. Can you stand up please? Yeah.
Hey Aaron, do you believe in the concept of being the track outdated? Like a certain style, and you heard it, and like, no, this is way too much overused, this style, and it's a bit outdated.
Music has no expiry date, so I truly say that's not really possible. I know what you're trying to say, but good music is good music in the end. Why are people still playing Michael Jackson? I mean, like, is that kick and that snare he used, is it not done? Or, you know, back then, because every 80s track back then had the same kind of gated reverb on the snare, but it's never overused, you know? Like, I get it, when you make a track now with vocal chops, everybody's like, hey, this can be a Martin Garrix track, you know? Like, the way you do it, but still, if it's done in a really dope way, I think the perfect example right now, if you're talking about vocal chops, DJ Snake did it in a different way in this new track, but like so different than anybody else before that it made the track stand out. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite tracks of the moment. And you can copy somebody else, or be inspired by somebody else, but try to use it in your own original way. As long as the use original can be vocal chops, can be a certain preset or a certain sound, it will still work, 100%. So I don't think there's like a way that music sounds outdated.
Great, thanks, man.
Okay, so last question for today. You please, with the beard? Yeah.
Hey Hardwell, can you please dive into one of your tracks and so that we can get insightful of how your workflow is?
I have no project with me today. I did that with Dance Fair and I wanted to do something else today, so sorry about that.
That's alright.
This was a quick question. Let's take one up here, up front. Yeah.
Hey Hardwell, I got a question. So
Yeah.
I consider you the king of mashups. How do you go about creating mashups? And do you just get ideas when you're like on a plane, or do you always create mashups to make it better for like festival goers to kind of add like, you know, power to like an original mix? Like, how do you go about the mashup creating process?
Yeah, I make like a lot of mashups. You probably, if you follow my sets, you see that how many mashups I actually create. The reason why I created that much mashups is that I always want to keep that Hardwell energy in my sets, and some tracks, like some vocals, don't really fit in my set. For example, I really like the collaboration between Zed and Ariana Grande. Was it Break Free? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I asked Zed for the acapella. I make my own version of it, so I put the acapella on top of it. I always do my mashups in the plane, in Ableton, and everything is here. My whole library is here in mixed in key. So as you can see, like all the tracks, I just select them by key, acapellas, tracks on Revealed. You can still see the Pokemon theme song here from Ultra. I just like, this is such a big library for me with all my tracks. Basically my whole SD card is in here. Even like pop tracks, you can see whatever reggaeton tracks here. Whitney Houston, I want to dance with somebody, and that's basically how I make my mashup, just in mix and key. You're familiar with this program?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, this is how I do it. I just in the plane, I try to combine different tracks. Sometimes I use a breakdown from another track, and the producers on Revealed, they always hate me just for like big shows like Ultra. I always call them like, yo, can you send me a version without the synths in the break, because I'm gonna put these synths in here, and that's really cool. All the producers on Revealed, they really help me with my sets and producing those sets, including like, they always help me with creating my ideas. For sometimes I can't create a mashup because there are like too many different layers in the break, and then they mute a couple of layers so I can make the perfect version.
Cool, thanks man.
Okay, cool. So we're out of time actually, so we're gonna end this Q&A with Hardwell. I want to thank you guys for showing up today at the conference, the Revealed conference. Have fun at ADE. Thanks Hardwell for being here.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
We're gonna have a quick break here until I think it was 4 o'clock, and then